billionaires as well, like Patrice Motsepe.
Well, I don't include Patrice Motsepe. I'm not sure if Patrice is a billionaire. I'm not sure. Sometimes I've got suspicion, my lord, that is an imposter. I'm not sure. I don't agree. I'm not sure. You also want me to interpret the language you hear?
Yes, just so we're clear. What are you saying?
Kiss the boer, kiss the farmer. I thought it's English.
It is?
Yes.
And what does that mean?
It means kiss.
Kiss how?
Mwah.
For white people to be driven into the sea and killed.
But that's not what I said, Mus. I said to you, for it to be a system, a constitution will have to be amended, or some resolution of some sort of an institution will have to be taken. Then engage in that program of driving whites to the sea, and if they refuse to go to the sea, then you kill them, right? And that's not what I'm suggesting. I'm saying to you the difference between the individual and the system is exactly what I'm talking about. No one is saying there's going to be passing of any law to drive whites to the sea. Let's stop daydreaming and listen to one another. Because I'm talking here, explaining to you individual and the system. All you do is to hallucinate.
The more intelligent you get, the more rambling your testimony becomes. You lash out at me personally, accusing me of hallucinating or saying that I'm a bad lawyer. It strikes me that... Beg your pardon?
You are a bad lawyer. Anyone who arrives in South Africa to inherit the stolen property is a criminal.
I'm asking a simple question. You said to me...
I'm giving you a simple answer.
You said to me that you understand white settlers as everyone from 1652 up until the time of political power. Is that 1994?
Yes, 1994.
Now I'm asking you about people after that date.
Those who inherit the property stolen from us are criminals. So if you come from America with an intention to come and inherit a stolen property, you are a criminal.
An American would be a criminal because America is an imperialist body?
Yes.
Okay. So why make the claim that white people are criminals and white people must be held accountable as such,
you know,
when you've just said that there's a difference, we must go and look at their particular history, their particular lineage? Why just use the blanket term white?
You know, I've litigated with Afri Forum and Roots before, and they've never brought someone so weak as you. I think they've done the worst disservice to themselves.
Is it correct to say that you've publicly stated that all white people are criminals and ought to be treated as such?
Yes.
What does that mean?
The white system has stolen our land, and has stolen our cattle, and has stolen our minerals and natural resources, and all of that must be returned.
So if a person from America who happens to be white arrives in South Africa today, are they a criminal?
Americans are even worse because of their imperialism.
Mr. Malema, the complainant has sought payment from the respondents in the sum of 500,000 rand, not to be paid to the complainant, but to be paid to an organization that combats racial hatred. Now, are you personally, Mr. Ndlozi, or the EFF, able to make payment of this 500,000 rand if you were so ordered to do so?
Who's asking for payment?
The complainants in this case.
AfriForum.
Yes. Payment made not to AfriForum, but to an organization that combats racial hatred of 500,000 rand. Personally, in other words, you cited as a respondent personally, as is Mr. Ndlozi, as is the party itself, the EFF. So separately, are those different parties able to make payment, if so ordered, of 500,000 rand?
Each 500?
It's jointly and separately.
Okay. Tell them to pay reparations first. Then we can consider paying that.
In other words, was Mcwaaaa calling for a metaphorical war?
I don't know. I was not there, say. When we go for Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates at Orlando Stadium or FNB, I support Orlando Pirates. I will say, like all the supporters, today we are going for a kill. In a derby, we are going for a kill. If you meet people like this, you talk like that, then they're going to make noise and say, Kaizer Chiefs people are going to be killed today. I met Pirates people saying they are going for a kill.
All pain matters. That strikes me as a failure of humanity.
My Lord, a real trauma of two people is called a real trauma. A trauma of my parents who have had to pick up the dead bodies in Soweto, of their children who went to school and came back dead. That is not called a real trauma. The 80s, our children killed in the 90s. That is not called a real trauma. A real trauma is white. It has got color. Of two families, I'm talking here, thousands of children have died. Thousands of children have seen their mothers being tortured. I was young when police walked into my mother's house and she was sleeping. They took off her blankets off. Men, she was not dressed up. She was sleeping. Men took off her blankets. I live with that for the rest of my life, that some strange men came into my house and took off the blankets of my mother to search if she's not a terrorist. That is not real trauma because it's not white. A black child's trauma is not a trauma. We are still a traumatized nation, if you don't know. And that trauma is real. And don't push us to that pain. Because when that day comes, we'll not be scared. We've lost everything. We survive by the day. We don't know what tomorrow holds for us. I've elaborated.
When you say you'll not be scared, what do you intend on doing?
I'm not scared of death. I'm not scared of death. I don't know why I'm still alive.
Are you scared
I
of
died long time ago.
Are you scared of killing?
I'm not scared of killing. A revolutionary is a walking killing machine. Not scared of death. If that need arises, I will kill. And I will do so with no hesitation, especially in defense of my people.
That you wanted to kill them after they killed Chris Hani. Who does that refer to?
We're very angry. We're ready to kill.
Kill
We
them.
were waiting for the leadership to just give an instruction. And all corners of South Africa were going to engage in a revolution. And perhaps if that could have happened, we wouldn't be sitting here and entertaining racists. Perhaps if we had taken this government through revolutionary means and not negotiated settlement, we wouldn't be undermined by small-minded racists who are dragging us to courts here day in, day out about revolutionary songs, but say we must sing the stem on our national anthem, a song that they were singing when they were torturing our people, a song that they used to sing to celebrate the oppression of our people. They see nothing wrong with it because of this negotiated settlement. Perhaps that should have happened. Maybe you would have respected us. You have no respect for us. We still have you here. You still have our land. We have a constitution that we are embracing, all of us, but more celebrated by you. Because a revolution took place, my Lord, where the oppressor lost nothing. Where have you ever seen a revolution taking place where the oppressor loses nothing? And then the oppressor celebrates the triumph of the revolution. Perhaps Chris Hani's death should have served as that turning point. Would not be undermined here.
Your party, from what I understand, has received about 10% of the vote. At the way it stands no possibility of ever being elected into government. Do you currently run any municipalities, for example?
I'm going to be president of this country, whether you like it or not. And I will preside over the affairs of this country, including presiding over you.
The failed communist states all around the world. But the only way that you can get any support is to pretend that you're involved in the struggle against apartheid, even though apartheid has been over for 28 years.
To say apartheid ended 28 years ago, it's a sign of being insensitive and racist, because apartheid did not end in 1994. We ushered in political freedom in 1994, and the economic apartheid remains intact. My Lord, I don't want to use your court to engage in ideological gymnastics with a person who has got no clarity, none whatsoever, what we stand for. You can vulgarize and insult Marxism the way you want, but it remains a guiding school of thought for the EFF.
Your parents have left you a bad name, and now witness perhaps now has context of what is meant, and then perhaps can respond.
Yes, my Lord, when I say your name, I mean them as white people. Your parents have left you a bad name. So that is the context I'm using it. So please, if you are going to be a legal representative, you are going to have to reduce yourself from this case as an individual. Remove your emotions and deal with me as a professional. Because if you are going to come to me as a personal person, individually, I will no longer look at you as a professional. I will decisively deal with you as an individual.
Is how do you justify holding someone today liable for crimes committed by someone else 350 years ago?
There is a saying, Yaori, I don't know how to say it in English. There will be an interpreter here. You cannot take a stolen car from your father and claim you are not a criminal. It remains a stolen car. Yes. So when you steal a car and you pass over the stolen car to your children, it makes that child a criminal as well, because it's in possession of stolen goods. And that child passes that car, or doesn't even pass that car. He sells that car to go and buy another car with the money of stolen goods. It remains a stolen good, the property you bought with the money stolen, got from a stolen goods. You are in possession of stolen property.
So you're saying you're not ruling out that in the future you may very well call for the slaughter of white people?
It may not be me.
Could it be you?
It could be me, yes, but it may not be me.
It could be you. You could, at some future date, call for the slaughter of white people.
What will necessitate that?
You tell me.
I don't know. Why would I do that?
You've said you could do it in the future, is that correct?
I can't guarantee that I can't do it or I won't do it.
So right now,
so I'm not ruling out that possibility.
If I asked you to pledge, to say, I will never call for the slaughter of white people, would you make that pledge?
I will do it with ease.
Make that pledge.
Why would I do that?
I'm asking you to make that pledge.
I
will do it.
I won't do it.
Make the pledge.
I won't do it.
You won't do it?
Yes.
I understand.
In 1994 and beyond, now is the time, vote ANC, AZAPO, all of us, we used graffiti and we still do.
Is there a difference between saying release Mandela and writing in graffiti Dibulu Bunu, translated to kill the Boer? Is there a difference?
There's no difference here. It's the same. We actually sang both. We sang release Mandela, followed by kill the Boer, kill the farmer. Togetherness. Same WhatsApp group.
My Lord, I have no further questions.